Our job is to see if we can place n amount of flowers within flower bed without placing them adjacently to any other flowers. So our example 1 is true because we can go 1, 0, 1, and then 0, 1. Example 2 is false because we can go 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, but there's no other place to put that second flower. So that one's going to return false. So let's go ahead and code up the answer for this. So first we need to check for our base case. So we know that if n is equal to 0, we will always be returning true. So let's go ahead and get that going. So I'll say if n equals 0, we will return true. And then we can go ahead and iterate through flower bed. So we'll say for I in the range of the length of flower bed. And then here's where we are going to start our conditional. So we'll say if flower bed is equal to 0, and we're also going to do some OR statements within here. So it's going to get a little squirrely, but we'll get through it. So we'll say if flower bed is equal to 0 and I is equal to 0, or flower bed I minus 1, oh man, I minus 1 is equal to 0. So essentially what this is saying is if we're at the very first index, we don't need to check for a previous index. And if we're not at the first index, we need to make sure that the previous index is equal to 0. And then we're also going to do the same thing with the next index. So we'll say and I is equal to length of flower bed minus 1, or flower bed I plus 1 is equal to 0. So if we meet this condition, we can then say flower bed I is equal to 1 because we need to update the value of each index as we go so that we can make sure we're comparing the correct values and account for any flowers that we've planted throughout our iteration. Then we can go ahead and say n minus equals 1 because we need to update the value of n. And then we'll do a quick check, say if n is equal to 0, we know that we have successfully planted all the flowers, and we can return true. If we never meet this true condition, we can return false. So let's go ahead and run this. Works for all of those. See if it works for all of the cases. Awesome. And we get a good runtime and decent memory. So that is my solution to question 605, can place flowers within LeetCode. If you learned anything at all, go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe. Also hit that notification bell. Helps out a ton. I appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me. And with that, have a good one, and I'll see you tomorrow.